All right. Today's video is going to be a little different. I'm going to talk about a couple things. I'm definitely going to open a few things in the mailbox, stuff like that. But lately, I've been seeing like a lot of YouTube videos about how people need to give up YouTube if they just started, how the game's dying, how it's pay to win, the USS Nine's a problem, and everything like that. Um, it's kind of weird to me because they've nerfed they didn't really nerf the USS 9 like everybody I guess wants. But I mean the USS 9's been meta for a very long time. There's so many other guns that you can compete with. If you go back a few seasons, dominating seasons with the M13 before its buffs against the USS 9. So like for people to be complaining about the USS 9 now, the majority of the people that I hear complaining about it are people that abused it for the last 10 months. They were the first ones to have the Mythic. Shout out to Charmy. She's like the only one I know that's had the Mythic USS 9 the entire time and barely even uses it. She hates using it. She's a perfect example of, uh, being able to compete, being a shooter in this game, going against the USS 9 or any other gun. She's there for the gunfight for real. Um, I don't see how like a lot of people, and I'm not speaking on all people because at the end of the day, there's so many people who play this game. There's so many people. Like a lot of people are complaining about just simple things like the balancing of the weapons, the balancing of martyrdom and persistence and like bro, you're crying about martyrdom and persistence. Well, guess what? Martyrdom and persistence, it ain't for the people who suck at the game. It actually helps people fight and defend themselves against hackers. So all you guys crying about like martyrdom and so on, half of you are probably hackers because that's the only thing that kills you. That's the only thing that kills you. I could shoot you in your face 1,000 times with any mythic weapon that you call pay to win, any USS 9, and you don't die. You kill me in 2 shots. And then you're mad because you killed me in 2 shots after I shot you with 50 shots out of a Ram 7, or I shot you with 32 shots out of a USS 9, and you still don't die, but the martyrdom kills you. So at the end of the day, cry me a river. Uh, you guys can complain about it being a skill issue, about Call of Duty catering to people who just aren't good at the game. What about all the hackers that are getting caught hacking, losing their accounts, and Call of Duty giving out all these free weapons so that once they lose their account, they could just start a new one and get all these free weapons right back? Nobody's talking about that. What about all of these content creators who abuse the USS 9 for months, almost a year, and now that it's brought back and everybody else can compete with them because they've now bought the USS 9? They want to complain and get it nerfed after they already dominated the scene for almost a year with the same gun that now people are actually able to use against them. They don't like it. Like it's boo hoo. Like boo hoo season. No, you hear more crying and complaining about nerfs on guns, buffs on guns, than you do about the anti-cheat system. That's what everybody should be complaining about. People who spend money on this game should be complaining about the fact that they put all this money into all these guns that you call pay to win. They put all this correction on these balances and checks with the guns, and they're not doing anything about their anti-cheat system. That's what you should be complaining about. Not about who has money to spend on the game, who doesn't have money to spend on the game. If you're spending money on the game, guess what? You should get an advantage. If you want to call it pay to win, free to play, whatever. If you're a grinder and you get a gun like the DRH Kurohana, uh, that's free grinding, and you're able to play to win too. So there's guns that they make for people who don't have money, who want to grind, that actually put in the time to play this game. But they also cater to the hackers who've been kicked out of the game. As far as the game being dead or dying, yeah, the scene is kind of trash. I will give you that. The scene is kind of trash because at the end of the day, you have content creators who get on the game, and instead of trying to make people who do play casual, who aren't uh, a bunch of professional players that don't have a job or don't have a life or don't have something to do, calling them things like dog shit. And you guys think that's cool. Like that is the most absurd thing ever. Oh, you're dog shit. Why? Because I have a life and I'm not the greatest Call of Duty player. I might be bad at the game. Well, guess what? When they started this game, I guarantee you they weren't where they are today. They had to start somewhere, they had to grow, they had to learn, they had to get better. So because people aren't where you are, they're not brainless, they're not dog shit, they're not idiots, they're not no, they may be a kid learning on the other side. They may be a 50-year-old adult who decided to pick up their phone and seen a game that they never tried before, but they heard about it. Like the problem with this game is the community. It's the people that play the game. Everybody's a tough guy. Everybody's a killer. Everybody want to talk bad about their teammates. Well, if you take your teammates, play with them, teach them where they're doing bad, help them, maybe you might have better teammates to play when you rank up. Or you could do what most people do, stop crying and complaining about your teammates and just build a squad and go rank up with them. That would make sense. But maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the one that's just talking. Could be. It could be. This is my first season here. We're actually going crazy in Battle Royale. MX9. We stay global on the MX9 scene. That's like a normal thing here. We're trying to heat this up this time around this winter. But when we think about this game and where it's going, I've seen more collaborations, more free giveaways, more there's just more and more that they're adding to the game. And like, don't get me wrong. At the end of the day, this game isn't nowhere as competitive as it used to be. But majority of the people that play on the competitive scene, they're cheating. It's not even, and nobody's talking about that. Well, I'm not gonna say nobody. There are some people who are talking about it. Um, but I feel as though that like the culture of Call of Duty is what's making the game trash. The toxicity of Call of Duty is what's making the game trash. Not the gameplay, not the weapons, not the no, it's the culture. Like there's this never been like this ever. Oh, I'm better than you, and I'm the bro. If you're so good at the game, go play at the professional level. Stop talking about everybody who's playing at the casual level. Go play at the professional level. Put your teams together. Go play your scrims and go play for world championships. Shut the hell up with it, bro. Simple. It's that simple. Now, I'm not knocking nobody who's making content because I want to make content too. So maybe some people whose content would be trashing their teammates. That's what their content's about. It's their content. I'm not knocking anybody's channel. I'm not saying anybody's name. I'm not doing what I'm saying is the culture of Call of Duty is what sucks. There was a time where we ran a 5 stack. One person was a sniper. One person had a LMG, two with SMGs, and one with an assault rifle, or vice versa. Two assault rifles and an SMG, like, and we all ran in the five, but somebody specialized in one type of gun. Now you're mad because everybody's running around with the USS 9, but you created this culture. You created this culture. You got these dudes running around with the thermite, talking shit. Like half of the people that use the thermite are the same people that's complaining about martyrdom. You want to talk about players that are actually good that I respect in this game? I'll say one name, Colscript. I've never played against him and felt like he's hacking. Never. Never. And there's numerous other people that I play against that I feel as though they're hacking. But I say something about it, and most of the time, people, oh, you're crazy. He's not a hacker. All right, that's your choice. He may not be hacking you, but he's hacking me. She may not be hacking you, but she's hacking me. And I'm not gonna sit here and debate back and forth about how hacking has affected the game because hacking is such a norm now that the hackers have the nerve to talk trash about you being trash at the game while they're hacking and you're just playing. So everybody hacks so much and it's such a norm that people don't even realize when they're being hacked anymore. That hackers actually have the audacity to talk trash and tell you you're trash at the game while they're hacking, tell you you have a skill level issue while they're hacking. Well, I hate to break it to you, hacker. If you need hacks for the game, you have the skill level issue. You have the issue, not the player at all. Like this is like I'm just tired of hearing like all the crap, man. And that's exactly what it is. It's a bunch of crap. Like most of the time, I don't say much. I normally keep myself quiet. I don't deal with all of the bull, man. I try to stay out of it. But this time around, I'm like, man, I'm done with hearing just a bunch of junk and people just dumping on the game like the game's trash. No, it's not the game that's trash. It's the people that's playing the game that's making it trash because they're afraid of competition. You guys talk about the competitive scene. The competitive scene is not the competitive scene anymore because all you do is hack. All you do is hack. If you took the hacking out of the competitive scene, I guarantee you the competitive scene would be competitive again. But there's no competition going up against a million hackers. It's not even worth it. That's what's making people not want to play the game. That's what's making people leave and walk away. I have at least 30 members of my clan that stopped playing this game because of hackers, not because of meta, not because of what score streaks need to be buffed, not because of what gun needs to be nerfed. And no, hackers is why 30 members of my clan quit this game, stopped playing, and left to play other games. Period. Period. There's nothing to argue about, nothing to talk about. Period. That is exactly why. So at the end of the day, uh, you guys need to find something like anti-cheat to complain about. That's what you need to be talking to the devs about. What are you doing to fix the cheating in this game? Because once they fix the cheating in this game, all those guns and all that stuff that you guys are complaining about, it wouldn't affect it. I've played this game numerous years since it started. And you can look at all the diamond guns and everything that I have in my collection because those are the guns that I use for ranked seasons. I didn't just put them on playing multiplayer, running around, but no, I used them for rank seasons. So when you use them for rank seasons, that means you play from whatever rank you were all the way up to legendary, all the way through with that one particular gun to put diamonds on it. That's how I put diamonds on my guns. And that stopped recently because at the end of the day, there's so much hacking going on, you can't do that anymore. I dare you to go pick a random gun that's not in the meta, that's trash, and play from beginning to end of the season. You'll make it to legendary. Everybody knows that. But that's where the stress, the aggravation, and all that just I want it to be over comes into play. Just even if you win, you're just like, man, I just want this game to be over because at the end of the day, it's not a fun experience anymore. It used to be a fun experience taking a random gun, going and grinding it out, and banging with everybody to make a diamond for a ranked season. That used to be fun. Now it's stressful, it's aggravating, but that's because they don't have a good anti cheat system. So if you guys want to talk to the devs about anything, not the next up and coming collaboration, what guns are going to be in the meta, how we're going to nerf this or how we're going to buff that. Well, why don't we buff the anti-cheat system? That is what you need. GG.